Hello everyone, and welcome to Bujingai. Oh goodness. Let's see, I still need to get a new easy cap. Sorry about that. But yeah, apparently my idle animation is making my cape and robes just flail around in the wind, even though there's no wind, actually. But, yeah, this is Bujingai. I'm just posting this as a sort of random filler video. There's gonna be a few of these random gameplay videos, just because, I can't really hang out with Kyle for the next few weeks. I think his mom she's basically at Fire Island, is what he's telling me. But, yeah. So she's vacationing or something, and he's stuck at home, and it wouldn't really be convenient for us to hang out. So, in the meantime, I'm gonna try and keep you guys occupied, you know, keep posting videos, so that I'm not just sitting there so you guys don't think I'm dead or anything, or that I've stopped making videos. But, yeah, this is Bujingai, and, it's a PS2 game. It's a rather obscure game. It's kind of a beat-em-up, and it really has some awesome aspects to it. It's not the best game ever by far, but over a lot of games of this sort, I really do love it. It's like, it's a ridiculously awesome beat-em-up. As you can see right here, there are some really crazy mechanics, like your character can swish through the air, he can wall run as much as he wants. Like, you literally never run out of wall run. You can run until you reach a point that the game won't let you up to, or until you reach the sky or whatever. But, yeah, it's just very entertaining. The combat system is very flashy, more so than it is complex or anything, but you can still manage to put together some decent combos. And, there's also a magic system that you can use. Let me show that off. So yeah, you have a spell and game options screen if you press select. I press start and it just gives you options. But, basically, you have a variety of different magic spells. Some of them are just like kind of buffs so that you do more damage or take less damage. Then some of them are more useful, like Senranken, which makes like a whirlwind, which is good if you're surrounded by enemies. This one shoots magic arrows. This one rains down magic arrows. And this one summons daggers. This one's pretty cool. It's pretty useful for fighting enemies. I think it's kind of like a defense measure. Like if you ever played Mega Man, Woodman's Leaf Shield, or any of the other rip-offs of that ability from the future Mega Man games, like, it's kind of like that, I guess. It works more or less like that. But, yeah, then you have, unleash shockwave from your swords, a charging attack. This one's kind of cool. Oh wait, you know what? Let me just select level 1, because I think level 3 is going to take off like half my magic bar, and then I'll show off the most basic one. You start off with just a normal fireball, but you get more magic spells as time goes on. You can pick them up through the levels. I don't know if there's a certain amount, like, I don't know if I have all of them or not. I've played through the game. As you can see, we're on New Game Plus, and I have a very large health bar, and I have a defense gauge up on the top left there. I'll explain that later. And then you have the magic bar, and they're all very full. When you start out, they're pretty small, but yeah. So, I don't know, let's use Guanken, I guess. I don't know, these have really ridiculous names. Dankuken, Ryusenken, Seiken, ugh. Crazy names that I can't pronounce for crap. But anyways, let's go to the Bamboo Forest. This is a pretty cool stage. I actually did do a little bit of practicing just to get myself a little bit less rusty at the game so I could remember the controls and such. But, yeah, sorry for taking like 5 minutes to just mess around in the main area. That what you saw back there was kind of the main hub world, and then you use those floating magic mirrors to go to each different stage. But, yeah, and then you can also enter the dojo and you can practice on a fighting dummy, which is also a lot of fun. And from the dojo, you can also check out tutorials and such. But anyways, this isn't this is a game that I wouldn't mind LPing at some point. It's pretty obscure, and you know me loving obscure games and gems and such. It's very entertaining, and I don't know. It's not the most amazing game ever. It didn't get a lot of recognition, but I actually found it when I was visiting my brother in California, I think. I think he was living in California at the time. But, basically, we went to a used game store, and he was picking up a bunch of games that didn't have covers, like they were generic store covers. So, like, you know, you don't have the box art itself, you just kind of have, like, a box, and then you have the game disc. And I don't know what it is about me, but I just love having box art, so that when I take out a game, like, I have Res for the PS2, but I got it without a cover, and I feel like I'd like to buy the game again just so that I can have the cover art, because the cover art's really cool on that game, and also to have, you know, the manual and that kind of thing. I don't know why, I just love having the complete package of a game, so I can kind of take it out and be like, this is Res, and the person looks at the box art and they're like, that looks amazing, or that looks stupid, I don't know. But, yeah, as you can see, I'm kind of just tearing through the enemies. The reason for this is, of course, because I'm pretty high level. This is like New Game Plus to me. And, as I mentioned before, you know, the defense gauge usually start out, I don't know the exact amount, but I think you only start off with like 3, maybe 4 of those little petals. It kind of looks like this really dried up, angry-faced sunflower or something to me. I don't know, it's just me, but, yeah, basically the way the defense gauge works is, if you want to defend, you automatically do so, just by standing still and not attacking. Although if they get you from behind, then that's a different story, as you saw there. But yeah, basically, as you defend, your defense gauge lowers, and what you can do when you're being attacked, this guy isn't the best guy to show this off with because he's constantly jumping around. But, yeah. Basically, as it lowers, you can press the attack button, any of the attack buttons, and you'll start your own attack, and you kind of just do this, and then you start attacking the hell out of them. Where it's most effective is during boss fights, where not only are you countering them, but they're also countering you, so you're kind of clashing back and forth. It's all very flashy, and it looks really cool. But, yeah. The game's very flashy, I have to say. There are some funny bits to it. Your main character is actually inspired by this guy, I don't really know anything about him, Gact. But, I think that's his name. But your character looks kind of effeminate, like, the person he was based off of is kind of a pretty boy. Of course, he doesn't have, like, spiky pink hair or anything, but his face is kind of right on, and one of the unlockable costumes, I think the only unlockable costume that I know of anyways, is like the guy himself. I think he's like a Japanese celebrity or something. But yeah, basically your main character was based off of the guy, and it's just very strange. But yeah. What am I thinking of now? What am I trying to say? Sorry guys, I'm drawing a blank. But yeah, as you can see, there's a pretty in-depth combat system to be had. The annoying part is that whereas if an enemy gets stuck in your combo, like most games, they're stuck in it, you know, you have hit stun, but by the same hand, if they hit you, you're also stuck in hit stun until the end of their combo, if you saw earlier when that rat person was attacking me with the claws. He can basically attack me, and I can't do anything about it until he takes off whatever amount of damage he takes off for that whole combo. And that can be especially frustrating in boss fights or mini-boss fights, because they can really eat up your health bar quickly. But, yeah, as you can see here, we can't move on until we kill all the demons in this area. The bamboo forest is not the most incredible area in the game, but it's a very cool-looking area, and that's why I wanted to show it off. Also, because I'm on New Game Plus, so I can't really show off a whole lot. But, yeah, basically, you go to a bunch of differently themed worlds. There's like a fire world, there's a world that's a big city, there's one that's kind of like a sky area where there's a lot of platforming and such, and the platforming gets a little bit frustrating, but overall, I mean, they give you so much power with the platforming system and also with the combat system that, I don't know, it's kind of unfair to say that it's frustrating because they give you so much power with it. I think the main thing is that there's this particular section where you have to do wall running, but you have to wall run off of like separate walls, and just jumping from wall to wall is a little bit iffy, I guess. But yeah, overall it's a really fun game. It's pretty obscure, I'd say. I don't know of many people who know of it, but it's very entertaining. It's a lot of fun to play. The 8th rune is toppled, the seal shall be broken. So basically we have to find a bunch of runes and break them. But yeah, I can't think of the best combo in the game off the top of my head. I know I had a combo that I used to use all the time, and it would absolutely murder all the enemies. One of the better ones that I've found is doing your combo with the square button as much as you can, and then pressing the triangle button to do that, and then going to the kick combo, and you can extend the kick combo pretty long. Let me see if I can show that off. Yeah, I think it just stops when they die. It has a certain limit to how much you can use it, but after a certain period of time. Or I think maybe like once the enemy dies, it just kind of stops off there. But yeah, if it were more endgame, I would probably be spending a lot more time on these enemies, and I'd be able to show off some cool combos, but I don't think that's the case here. But yeah, the camera angle goes crazy whenever you start fighting or whenever you start clashing with an enemy. And I think you might have seen on one of those green guys from earlier, he had a defense gauge himself, so if I got in a clash with him, I would have had to deplete two defense gauge bars. But yeah, that's more or less how it works. But when you're fighting against, say, mini-bosses, you actually have to deplete, like, half a bar or a whole bar. Like, pretty much how much I have is how much a boss would have. And, it gets pretty intense when that sort of thing happens. You either have to catch them off guard, or you just have to be very, or else you just have to pull a lot of points into your defense gauge, because that's probably the most important thing, is to make sure that you can attack your, or to make sure that you can survive through a clash, because sometimes you can get into a situation where your defense gauge is running out and you can't do anything about it, so you're kind of doomed to get attacked by the enemy. Huh. Seems like these are invulnerable so far. That's weird. Fireball! Oh well. So yeah, let's keep going through here, try and find some more of those ruins. But yeah, as I said, I wouldn't mind LPing this game. Sorry if I'm a little bit rusty with my commentary. First of all, it's just because it's a little bit tougher to commentate solo, and secondly, because I haven't commentated in a long time, so my apologies for that. I'm trying to get an air combo. I think the air combo is one of the nicer combos in the game. I think that might have been what I used a lot, was, you know, basically spend your square attacks as much as you can. So pretty much right about to that point, and then you would press, would it be triangle? I don't know. Basically, if you press square and then you press triangle, you do that swipe move, and from the swipe move you can do the kicking attack, which I love to do because it's really awesome. You just kick them like 1,000 times, or you can launch them into the air like that, and from the launcher you can jump into the air with them and continue the combo. And the airtime that you get off of this guy is just ridiculous. He is from another world, like with his his floating ability, just the way that he can attack enemies for so long in the air. It's pretty funny, though. I think that's one of the reasons I love this game. It's so over the top, and it's just so entertaining to get into the combat system and start doing crazy crap to the enemies. Because it's really, you know, one side or the other. Either you're attacking them or they're hitting you. Usually it's you're attacking them, and it's a lot of fun to be attacking them. If you make a mistake, then you're stuck getting attacked by them for quite a while, but still, overall, it's a lot of fun. But yeah, as you see, I just put up a mini-map. You press L2 and you can put up a mini-map. I'm not sure what some of the other buttons do. Some of them, I think, may not do anything. R2 centers your camera, centers it in whatever direction you're facing. And then R1 is kind of a lock-on button. Really, the lock-on is unnecessary unless you're fighting a boss or a mini-boss or something. That's when it becomes more important, but more or less you can fight enemies just kind of by taking them down without having to use the lock-on. It's just kind of a nice extra feature, really. But yeah, so basically you have lock-on, mini-map, center your camera, primary attack with the square button, you have a spinning attack, or the slashing attack with the triangle button. You got magic with the circle button, which apparently cuts bamboo trees in half, or sticks of bamboo. Them crazy sticks of bamboo. Alright, I'm kind of lost in this area. I haven't played this game in a long time, and I remember getting lost in this area the first time I played, so this may not be the best area to show off. Let's return to the temple. I can show off that combat dummy, and maybe I can do some crazy combos or something. I don't know. I just want to be able to show off some of the cooler aspects of the game. But yeah, I haven't fiddled with the video settings any. I think I might want to make them a little bit brighter. Somebody told me it was a tad dark, but I was playing Limbo, so that might not be the best indicator of that. So, I don't know. Tell me what you think video quality-wise on this video. And, again, you know, the audio quality, I think, has been fixed as much as it's gonna get fixed. I personally am pretty happy with it. Here's that idle animation. He just suddenly, inexplicably, like, there's probably a big factory fan over in the corner there. We just can't see it. His cape's just swinging. I love that. See, this game's funny. It's just over-the-top actiony and corny and stuff. It's beautiful. But yeah, here's the training dummy I mentioned. And then back here you can view tutorials and such by pressing that. I don't know if there's anything else important in here. But yeah, that's the kick combo. Pretty much after a combo, the dummy just returns to his normal place. So yeah, that's a pretty good combo, I'd say. But yeah. I think this is the one that I like to use a lot, is going from that ground combo to the air combo. That's a lot of fun to do. Pretty much like that. But yeah, it really just makes the combo system a lot of fun to do. Just everything about this game is very funky and stylish and stuff, and it's unique, and that's why I love it. You know, it's not the best beat-em-up game that I've ever played. I'm sure God of War and Bayonetta and such have better production value and such, but this still remains one of my favorite beat-em-ups just because it's obscure, it's crazy, it's fun. I really do enjoy it. So that's my reasoning. Oh crap. See, gotta get those RCA cables fixed, man. I'm telling you. Just irritates the hell out of me the way that happens. But yeah, if I end up getting a new easy cap, hopefully things will go back to not being so glitchy. Have I mentioned that I love the music in this game? It's not the most memorable, but it's very, like, kind of a mix of power metal and sort of that traditional sort of sound with the flutes and such. It's very cool sounding. It's very catchy while you're playing it. Not something to hum on your way home or anything, but game's got some pretty kickin' music. Oh, right, I should show off the lock-on. Here's another thing. If you use the jump button while locked on, you can do a dodge roll. And the dodge roll is actually useful, which is something I have a problem with in some games where it's really stupid and it doesn't help at all. Like, I don't know, Dead Rising 2 isn't a great example because I actually like that game, but I don't know, like, oh god. But games like Kingdom Hearts, I never found the dodge roll really that useful, and in general I found Kingdom Hearts annoying to play, but I don't know. Games like this, though, this is the kind of beat-em-up action that I enjoy. Just really off the wall, gives you a lot of freedom, and crazy combat system. Not overcomplicated, just fun to use, fun to look at. It's an awesome game. So, possibly a future LP, I don't know for sure, but for now, it's just a cool random video I wanted to throw up here in the downtime of LPing. But, Kyle and I are in agreement of the next LP that we're going to do, the 50th LP. I don't know how it's going to work with another sort of tradition that I do. I may break that tradition and start just LPing a new game. I don't know what, but, yeah. We'll see what happens. Anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you all later.